My position on that is I'm for reducing congestion without using toll roads if we can do it. What we need to do is to stop the diversions from Fund 6, which is that dedicated gasoline tax, motor fuels tax. Every gallon of gas you buy today, you pay a 20-cent tax to the state. 5 cents of that goes to public education, 15 cents of it goes to transportation. It ought to go, in my judgment, strictly to design, construction, and maintenance of public roads. But it doesn't. About $1 billion a year goes to fund the Department of Public Safety. I've introduced bills 2 or 3 sessions in a row trying to stop that diversion of money. That's the first thing we need to do. The next is we need to index to inflation that tax. That 20-cent tax that we imposed in 1991 now generates less than 50% of what it did due to inflation 20 years ago. So we need to fix that. We're not going to have a gasoline tax increase, though, because the governor signed the pledge, and unlike some politicians, he's kept his word. He signed a pledge that said as long as he's governor, he's going to veto any tax increase, including gas tax. So we've got to figure another way, and one of the ways, it seems to me, is we stop the diversions and we index that tax to inflation. If there is no way other than toll roads to decrease the congestion we've got, I'm going to be for toll roads, but that's going to be the last option.
Dr. Campbell.
I am not for tolls, and I am not for toll on existing roads. Northern Bexar County drivers are unfairly targeted by the toll plans, and we need transparency in the tolls before we go forward with any toll plans on 1604-281 or 35. Commissioner Jones in 2004 voted to toll 281. Senator Wentworth has voted to toll both, that's when she was on the MPO. And when he was on the MPO, he sat on the MPO, he voted for tolls and in the Senate. TxDOT has run amok and it needs to be audited. We need to have, I agree, no diversion of funds. That will save us $1 billion. If we change the status of the vehicle sales tax, that would bring us to transportation, that would bring us $3 billion. You know, we only get 5% of the allocated transportation funds. We are due 10%. If you take all of that together, that would give us $800 million per year. Why don't we have that?
Thank you, Doctor. Commissioner.
Yes, I was on the Metropolitan Planning Organization because I have been involved in the community, this community, our community, my home, for years, trying to find solutions, and it wasn't tolling 281. Look, I'm not for raising the gas tax. I know Senator Wentworth thinks that's a good idea. Number one, this is not the time to raise taxes. While Texas is doing better than the rest of the nation, we are still not out of the woods. And in fact, the gas tax is a tax that is going to be going away, hopefully anyway, as we use alternative fuels like natural gas to fuel vehicles and as vehicles become more efficient. So this is not a long-standing revenue stream to address the serious issue that we have. We need to make operational improvements, use more right-of-way, yes, and possibly use more rail, get some of the freight off of Interstate 35, freight off to give more capacity for cars and people. There are a lot of tools we can use. Stop diverting money to Fund 6 that needs to go to transportation.